John, almost a carbon copy of the Wythenshawe Town game, a 94th minute winner after from a goal down. A great way to end the season.
Yeah, no, look, it's been a long season. I think for all of us, fans included. You know, we've had a lot of ups, we've had plenty of downs as well. But it's really good to finish on a high, and that includes the last 4 games as well. The last 5 have been terrific, and today wasn't necessarily a game for the neutral. I don't think it was the prettiest game in the world, and it never was going to be. To be honest with you, it was about showing a bit of grit and finding a bit of motivation within yourself when there's there's not a lot that can really motivate you, bar obviously the fans and the club and what have you. It's tough, and to be fair, I think we sort of saw almost looked a bit like a bit of a hangover almost first 20 minutes. Just didn't really get ourselves out of the blocks, and I think when they scored their goal, it without it really kicking us into gear, it gave us an idea that actually we're in a game here, we're going to have to get ourselves going. And I thought we were a little bit better last 15 in the first half, but then I thought second half we were a lot better. And again, I go back to it, it wasn't going to be a pretty game, and it certainly wasn't a pretty game, but I think Kofi made a massive difference, and what a revelation he's been since he's come in. Terrific. I wouldn't say terrific goal, it's probably one of the worst goals I've seen, but it was a good goal in itself, and he worked really hard when he came in, and he did some really great stuff. There was a couple of great touches, and it's been a good experience for him coming here, and I think that's the biggest thing that I want young players to take away from their opportunities here, is that you're going to learn, you're going to develop. Look at the players that we've got in the team there. Matty Tweeds, look at him the last few months, been brilliant. James Malado, look at the development he's had. Joel Connolly, I know he's not played as much as he wanted to, but look at his development since he's been here. And these are the perfect picture boys for what we want to do here at this club, especially next year. And I'm delighted that we finished the season on a high, but it's important that we go into the next season just as high and kick on from there.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit of the Jekyll and Hyde thing with this team, isn't it? Find a way to unlock a game, and it was Kofi who's ended up doing it today. But is that sort of working games out? That's been the issue at times. But when we do, we've looked fantastic.
Yeah, no, God, look at the group that we've got, the players that we've got. You'd expect some form of quality every now and then. And I go back to it's difficult on a surface like this, at a place like this, against a team that are physical and strong. And in fairness to them, I thought they weren't too bad today. I think the league table does them a bit of injustice, really, because I thought they were all right. And they made it hard for us, certainly in that first half. I don't think we really got a hold of things, and they, I wouldn't say dominated things, but they were certainly had the upper hand. So yeah, it's just trying to find the key to unlock everything, which is tough. But like I say, when you've got a group like you've got on there, and players like your Kais and your Kofis and your Alex Panthers who can create something out of nothing, it helps, you know. But there's going to be games where you've got to dig in deep and show that tenacity as a back, well, as a defence, which I thought we did as well. I think Kelvin and Ben have been brilliant the last few weeks. Perry, bit of a tight hamstring, but he was doing brilliant as well. Cal Saunders playing out of position, but I think he's taken to it like a duck to water. He's having a bit of back and forth because he wants to go and score a goal. That's great. That's great. And he's not a defender, so he's not going to have that mindset. But I think it's been a load of learns for me personally as well, and I think for the club and for the players, and it's been really good. You know, I've had a real great time doing this year, and really hope that next year we can go and kick on like we have done this sort of last sort of few games.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about. I mean, it's your first experience in management at a young age. 17th when you took over, ended up 8th. It's been ups and downs. You see, it feels like you've had every emotion that a manager can have in the space of 8 months or whatever it's been.
Yeah, been a great experience. Been a great experience. I've loved. Well, I nearly said loved every minute of it. Obviously, there's times where you don't love it just as much, but no, I have loved it, and it is a genuine honour to be able to represent this club, just not just as a player but as a manager as well. I don't take that for granted, not at all. I think everyone who's got anything to do with the club knows just how much this club means to me, and being a part of it as a player is a massive thing, but being able to dictate things as a manager and to be able to support a group of young players through a journey, because that's what it is, it's a journey, being a footballer, that's a massive honour for me. I'm really proud to be able to do that, and I know all the players there, they're on a similar journey in terms of the playing side. They're so proud to represent this club, and that's the biggest thing. And I think at times that's been questioned this year, not from me at all, but I think from spectators, and rightly so, by the way, because we went through a period where it wasn't as good as it should have been. The lack of, I don't know, the belief in that group maybe did dwindle slightly, but never from my side of things. I think it's a great group, and I'm really proud of what they've been able to achieve, and there's a lot of real big achievements this year. We've broken a number of records. You know, we scored 6 goals at home for the first time in the first half in God knows how many years. Won a game 8-2 away from home, which is just unheard of at this level in the league. So we've done a lot of great stuff. You said it before, it's a bit like Jekyll and Hyde. We've had our moments where we're just unplayable and terrific, and then we've had the moments where it's almost like we're not playing. You know, it is bizarre. And listen, I'm a young manager. You learn a lot about a group of players when things don't go so well. And I certainly learned an awful lot from this group, but I still backed them. They still backed me. They supported me, and you could see that from a neutral, from a fan's perspective, that these players are working really hard for me and for the club. And that's the biggest thing for me. I'm not going to moan too much if we don't play, but I will moan if they don't work hard and almost look like they're going to be ready to die for the club. You know, that's what I want from them, and we've certainly got that. And I'm disappointed with where things have come this season, because there was points where I thought we were going to go and win the league, and maybe that's my naivety, my I don't know, inexperience, but I still believed that this group here is more than capable of doing it, and you've seen that the last few games. But no, I'm delighted to have this opportunity. I'm hopeful that we get to go and continue the journey next season, and I hope that a lot of those lads in there believe in what we're trying to do here as well, and hopefully they stick around with us.